Think about the last time someone criticized you. Maybe your boss, maybe a friend, maybe a stranger on the internet who doesn't even know your name. Now tell me, how many compliments did you get that same week? Because I guarantee you remember the criticism in perfect detail, the exact words, the tone of voice, where you were standing, and the compliments? Gone. That's not a coincidence. That's not you being sensitive. That is your brain doing exactly what it was designed to do. And here's the part that's going to bother you. Every single thing you've been taught to fix it, the just let it go, the be the bigger person, the focus on the positive, Harvard proved those strategies physically make it worse. Stay until the end of this video, because the last thing I'm going to show you takes 90 seconds, and it stops the cycle cold. Here's something your brain does that no one ever explains to you. It is called negativity bias, and it is not a flaw. It is a feature. Rick Hansen, neuropsychologist at UC Berkeley, put it this way: the brain is like Velcro for negative experiences and Teflon for positive ones. Velcro, Teflon. One sticks. One slides off. Here's what that looks like in real numbers. Your brain processes a negative event 5 times more intensely than a positive one of equal size. 5 times. A single criticism activates more neural circuitry than 5 compliments combined. Researchers at Ohio State tracked this and found something brutal. It takes 8 separate positive experiences to emotionally offset one negative event, not equal it, offset it. So if your wife says something cutting at breakfast, you would need 8 genuinely positive moments that day just to end the day at neutral. Most people don't get 8 positive moments. Most people get 1 or 2, which means most people are running a deficit every single day and wondering why they feel like everything is harder than it should be. But here's the thing that changed how I understood all of this. This isn't a modern problem. This isn't because of social media or the news or stress culture. This goes back 200,000 years. Your ancestors who ignored negative signals, the rustle in the grass, the change in a rival's expression, the smell that wasn't there yesterday, they didn't survive long enough to have children. The ones who were hypervigilant? Who replayed every threat over and over until they understood it? Those are your grandparents. Their anxiety is literally encoded in your DNA. You are not broken. You are the descendant of the most anxious, threat-focused, negativity-obsessed humans who ever lived. And they survived because of it. The problem is, you're running predator detection software in a world where the predator is a Slack notification. Now, this is where it gets worse, because most people, when they feel negativity taking over, do what seems completely logical. They try to stop thinking about it. Don't dwell. Don't be negative. Just move on. In 1987, Harvard psychologist Daniel Wegner ran what became one of the most replicated experiments in psychology. He gave one instruction to participants: whatever you do not think about a white bear. What happened? Immediately. Constantly. White bear. Not just that. The harder they tried to suppress it, the more frequently the thought returned. He called it ironic process theory. Here's the mechanism. When you try not to think about something, your brain has to continuously monitor whether you're succeeding. It keeps checking. Am I still thinking it? Am I still thinking it? That monitoring process keeps the thought alive. It is the mental equivalent of pressing a bruise to check if it still hurts. It will always still hurt. You keep pressing. This is why you tell yourself at 11 p.m., I'm not going to replay that conversation. And at 2 a.m., you're on version 14, with new details your brain invented just to keep the loop going. And what about distraction? You pick up your phone, Netflix, a drink, a workout. The feeling fades. You think you won. You didn't. Researchers at UC Irvine found that suppressed emotional experiences don't disappear. They migrate into the body as muscle tension, elevated cortisol, disrupted sleep, increased inflammation. You stop thinking about it consciously. Your nervous system never stopped processing it. That fight you had 3 years ago that you got over, your body might still be running it. And here is the most uncomfortable truth in this entire video. The smarter you are, the worse this gets. Yale University ran a study on how people process emotional pain. Their finding: people with higher cognitive ability are significantly better at constructing elaborate narratives to justify why they should keep feeling bad. They rationalize the suffering, they find new angles, new evidence, new reasons. Your intelligence is not protecting you from this. It is weaponizing it against you. There is a mechanism inside your own brain, discovered by a Harvard neurologist who watched herself have a stroke, that can interrupt this cycle in 90 seconds. I'll get to it. But first, I need to show you what this is actually costing you, because the number is going to shock you. 11 years. A 2022 analysis published in JAMA Internal Medicine tracked 70,000 people across 30 years. People who chronically replayed negative experiences, who never developed the ability to process and release them, lost an average of 11 years of healthy life expectancy. Not from a disease, not from bad genetics, from how their bodies held emotions that were never discharged. Here's the physical chain reaction. When your amygdala fires, and it fires fast in 11 milliseconds before you're even conscious of the threat, cortisol floods your bloodstream. Your heart rate spikes, your immune function drops. Your prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for rational thought, goes partially offline. That's fine. That's the system doing its job. The problem is what happens when you replay it. Every time you mentally revisit a negative experience, your amygdala fires again. Same cortisol. Same physical response. Same as if it's happening right now in real time. Your brain does not know the difference between a memory and a current event. So when you spend 45 minutes lying in bed replaying an argument from Tuesday, your body experiences that argument 45 more times. The cardiovascular stress is real. The cortisol is real. The inflammatory response is real. You are not overthinking. You are physically re-injuring yourself, over and over, for something that already happened. Now, the prison study I mentioned. In the 1990s, researcher John Kabat-Zinn went into the Massachusetts Correctional Institution. He worked with men who had documented histories of extreme emotional dysregulation, men whose inability to manage negative emotion had literally put them behind bars. He didn't teach them positivity. He didn't teach them to let it go. He taught them one single skill: the ability to observe an emotion without becoming it. 8 weeks later, anxiety scores dropped 25%. Depression indicators dropped 34%. Violent incidents inside the facility fell measurably, not because they felt less, because they stopped fusing with what they felt. Here's the difference that changes everything. When something negative happens, two things occur simultaneously. One, the emotion, raw, immediate, physical. The amygdala fires. The chemicals move. You can't stop this. Nobody can. Two, the narrative. The story your brain instantly constructs around the emotion. What it means. Who's to blame. What happens next. What it says about you as a person. Most people experience both as one thing. The emotion and the story feel identical. They are not. The emotion lasts 90 seconds. The story can last 30 years. Epictetus said it 2,000 years ago. He was a slave in Rome. He owned nothing. He had no rights, no freedom. And he wrote, "Men are disturbed not by the things that happen, but by their opinions about the things." Not, things don't hurt. The hurt is real. But the suffering lives in the story you build around the hurt. And the story you can change. Matthew Lieberman at UCLA proved this with brain imaging. When people simply named what they were feeling, out loud, specifically, accurately, amygdala activity dropped within seconds. Not suppressed, not fought, not avoided. Named. I notice that I feel humiliated. I notice anger rising. I notice shame. That one word, notice, creates the gap between you and the emotion. You become the observer, not the prisoner. You are not the storm. You are the sky the storm is passing through. Here is the tool. In 2008, neuroanatomist Jill Bolte Taylor at Harvard published a discovery she made while watching herself have a massive stroke in real time. She documented exactly how long a physiological emotional response lasts, from the moment it triggers to the moment the chemical cascade completes. 90 seconds. Not minutes, not hours, not days. 90 seconds. After that, the emotion is chemically finished. If it continues past 90 seconds, it's not the original emotion anymore. It's you, re-triggering it with thought. Every moment of suffering that outlasts 90 seconds is, neurologically speaking, being rebuilt by you. not chosen consciously, but rebuilt by you. This is not a small finding. This is the most important thing about emotion that almost nobody knows. Here's how you use it. Step 1. Wait 90 seconds. Don't react. Not suppress. Not distract. Just wait. Set a timer if you have to. The first 90 seconds, your amygdala is running the show. After 90 seconds, it's you again. Step 2. Name it exactly. Not, I feel bad. Too vague. The amygdala stays hot. Specific. I feel rejected. I feel threatened. I feel embarrassed. The more precise the label, the faster the response drops. Lieberman showed this happens in under 30 seconds. Step 3. Ask the right question. Not, why is this happening to me? That question has no answer. It's a loop. Instead, what is this telling me? That single shift moves your brain from threat mode to information mode. The emotion becomes data. Data you can actually use. Let me show you what this looks like in real life. A woman named Sarah, 31 years old, marketing manager in Chicago. She sent a project to her director. He replied with 2 lines. This needs more work. Start over. No specifics. No explanation. Just start over. Old response. Spiral for 3 days. Replay the email 200 times. Lie awake wondering if she's getting fired. Perform worse on the next project because of the anxiety from this one. New response. Using exactly this protocol. She felt the sting. She didn't run from it. She waited. She named it. I feel blindsided. I feel inadequate. Then she asked, what is this telling me? And for the first time, she could actually hear the feedback. Not as an attack on her identity, as information about one project. She replied, I'd love more specific directions so I can fix the right things. Her director sent 3 pages of detailed notes. Same email, same 2 lines. Completely different outcome, because she changed what happened in the 90 seconds after she read it. Your brain was not built for happiness. It was built for survival. And for 200,000 years, that was enough. But you are not living in 200,000 BC. You're living in a world where the threats are mostly social, mostly temporary, and mostly survivable. But your brain is treating every one of them like a lion in the grass. 5 times the intensity. 8 positives to break even. 11 years off your life if you never learn to process it. You cannot turn off the wiring. Nobody can. But you can learn to be the observer instead of the prisoner. Name it exactly. Ask what it's telling you, not why it's happening. 3 steps. 1.5 minutes. The difference between suffering for 3 days and being back in control in 3 minutes. Now, 1 question. I want you to actually answer this. Think about the one negative experience you have replayed the most in the last 30 days. Not what it made you feel. What do you think it's actually trying to tell you? Write it in the comments, because the moment you put it into words, and I mean this literally, not metaphorically, your amygdala starts to calm down. Lieberman proved it. Your comment is neurologically a form of therapy. And if someone in your life is stuck in their head right now, send them this video. Not as advice. Just as, I thought of you. Because they need to know it's not weakness. It's just wiring. Next week, something darker. 67% of people repeatedly end up in the exact same type of relationship. Same arguments, same dynamic, same ending. Different person. Neuroscience finally has the answer for why, and it starts before you were old enough to remember.